So, welcome to another fabulous episode of G&T Sips and Giggles. I'm Glenn, and with me, as always, is the legendary Tina Legs Tantrum. Today, we are diving into the glittering world of love, matchmaking, and queer celebration with none other than Eddie McGuinness.
Hello, my darlings.
Hello, Eddie.
Hi, sweetie. The queen of matchmaking has arrived.
The Outing Festival takes place every year around Valentine's weekend. This year, the festival is running from the 14th to the 16th of February at the beautiful Inn at Dromoland. This one-of-a-kind event brings together LGBTQIA plus folks and allies from all around the world, and it's a weekend of music, drag, love, and connection.
That's right, Glenn. Whether you're single, coupled up, or just looking for a fabulous weekend away, the Outing Festival has something for everyone. From blind dates and matchmaking to drag shows, music, and theme parties, Eddie's here to spill the tea on everything we need to know about this not-for-profit event that's become a staple in the LGBTQ plus calendar. Eddie, hi, darling.
Hi, my darling. I'm absolutely so excited. I've been listening to you to natter away to international and national stars, and I love it. I like my G and my T, so that just keeps me happy. But I was a bit confused with the two of you. Thought you were going to say top and bottom, but then again, hey, I do run a matchmaking festival.
Oh, Eddie. I have to say, I just want to put this out there for everybody. I'm neither top nor bottom. I'm in the middle, honey.
Versatile, my love. You just know how to wear those gloves.
Can I just say, well, this is it. Can I just say before we start, Eddie, you look absolutely incredible. Marvelous.
It's been
darling.
a roller coaster. It has been a roller coaster since
Yes.
COVID. And I'm not afraid to say it, in remission for cancer. Yes, HPV vaccine didn't work, but it got me. And I have to get trainer wheels because it was throat cancer. So now I have to learn how to swallow again. But it's okay.
I can help.
Is that your versatility coming in?
That's it, honey. Oh,
That's
listen,
it.
at the grand old age, being a dame of drag in the north of Ireland, believe you me, oh, honey, they say you can never teach an old dog new tricks. Come to my house.
Definitely, you like to be taught lots of tricks. I'll leave the old out the door.
Glenn will tell you, I'm an encyclopedia of wanting, willing education. I want to learn, baby. I want to learn.
So look, we could talk about this all night. Eddie, that's great news that you're in remission, by the way. Thank you so much for sharing that. But let's talk about the Outing Festival. Let's take us right back to the beginning. How did the Outing Festival come to life?
Believe it or not, over 12 years ago and a bit, I was approached by the creators, or I would say the home of matchmaking, which is, of course, Liston Varna. And that is a very long word, but most people always know that song, Liston Varna.
Liston, Varna.
And so they approached us and asked me, would I come and do a one-night gay event at their festival? But of course, Eddie B. Cheeky goes, no, darling, I'm going to take over a whole weekend. And of course, we did. And what happened was I was setting up okay, we'll set this matchmaking up, doing all the social media channels, everything like that. And stupidly, I didn't put it private and put it public. And because you know yourself, Tina, and me, we know a lot of people, we're seasoned.
Mm-hmm.
And so in return, every journalist from literally all over the world within 48 hours, I was doing interviews from BBC to Fox and CNN in the United States. RTE and Northern Ireland. Ulster TV. UTV. We're literally all over it and going, wow, a 170-year-old festival is turning gay. And of course, that's exactly what we did. And we literally started with a big bang with my hostess of the one and only. She's somewhere in my island of Ireland, Panty Bliss, the Queen of Ireland.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, Panty then slagged me alongside Willie Daly, the true matchmaker and the fourth generation of matchmaking. He just one day just goes, I definitely think you're a bigger queen than Panty is. So you're my queen of matchmaking. So there you go. All in one.
Listen, I just wanted to move the festival from Liston-Varna to Dromoland in 2019 was a big step. What inspired the change?
In a way, it's like anything else. It's like you can walk in a certain pair of shoes for so long, but every so often you have to change.
Yeah.
And so we wanted something new and fresh to come in a way. And we were always taught when we started the festival, because the outing is kind of like a pride. It has the ethos of what pride is all about. But
Yes.
most importantly, it's more quieter and more, let's take over this venue.
Yeah.
And in a way, we wanted to find another venue, in a way, bigger than what we had already. So we decided to go, but not being a size queen or anything like that. We decided, yes, we wanted to go bigger. And of course, we got an offer from the guys from the Dromoland's, what do you call it, castle, approached us and goes, we've a sister hotel, the Inn at Dromoland, on the grounds of Dromoland Castle, and said, let's come and do it here. And I said, okay.
I love that.
I love it. It was like, yeah, how posh could you be? With 3 stars.
So, like, I mean, I'd like to know. So, as Tina just mentioned there, the Outing Festival became a not-for-profit organisation. Now, that happened relatively recently in 2020. But what does that actually mean for the LGBTQIA plus community?
In a way, it has let us organically develop. Like when we started the festival, it was kind of my energy and ethos and a couple of friends who came along going, I'll help you out. I.e., I'll throw you a few quid and we'll get this going.
Yeah.
We all know what that's like when we're
Yeah.
running gigs and running events. And it's called your bank manager, i.e., your husband, boyfriend, wife, and everyone else,
Yeah.
what you call it, give you that little loan to get you off the ground to start you going. We did that. But in a way, we're not afraid to say is the outing never made money. It regenerated its own income. But actually, in a way, it gave more back to the community. In all the early days is we used to go to, and Tina, you would know this, is we used to go to all the prides around Ireland with our flags, our poles, they all came from the festival. The big massive rainbow flag, everything all came from the festival. So that ethos about community was all in there. But most importantly, in 2020, of course, we all know the world imploded, COVID happened, everything like that. And I'm going to say straight out, we just done our first event in Dromoland, and it went amazingly. And in a way, I had the scare with cancer, and I goes, I can't do this anymore. But my friends then rallied around and said, no, we'll keep going. We're going to do it online first off, and we did lots of stuff online. Most of us we can talk about, most of us we can't. And most importantly,
Build it tea. Build it
yes.
tea.
And of course, we wanted to make something different and passionate about what we wanted, but put more of a queer arts element into it. And so we became a queer arts collective. And since then, it has gone into I'm struggling for words in a way, but I don't mind, because I'll give you an example. We, at the same time, at this moment in time, the Outing Queer Arts Collective are participating in St. Patrick's Day Parade. For now, since 2020 and after COVID, everything, we have a big, massive rainbow pageant in the parade.
Okay.
And we celebrate. And last year alone, live on TV, to 5 million people plus, and 500,000 people on the street. The words were the Outing Queer Arts Collective, a celebration of the LGBT community through dance, movement, and of course, visual aspects of who we are. And I think that is what the festival itself has done, is taking a shine and putting a big, massive light and gone, you are absolutely amazing as performers, artists, dancers, choreographers, to drag performers and singers and everything. You know yourself, Tina, we've battled our battles for what, 30 plus years
Yeah.
of who we are and what we are. And I
Mm.
think we still need, and especially within the arts, to celebrate who we are. And that's what the outing does.
Mm. Well, answer me this, because I'd really love to know this. What makes the Outing Festival stand apart from other LGBTQ plus events worldwide? So you mentioned there that you went for the first time practically global, an audience of over 5 million, and that was due to on the back of the pandemic.
Yep.
So what makes it, what gives it that kind of sort of stand apart from all the others? Because people are going to be wanting to know this particular question, and it's obviously growing and growing. So, I mean, Glenn and I would love to come down and ruin your event.
I'm hoping you're going to come down. I'm hoping 3 weeks' time less. You're going to come and celebrate who you are, even for a casual weekend for yourself. Because Tina, you're coming next year to perform and do your diviness this to the
And
last.
listen, I will be there with bells on, but the thing is, I don't go anywhere without my work husband.
Oh, that goes. I understand that already. Maybe we could actually do G&T live from the outing next year. Why not?
Wow.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Why not?
Yes.
But going back to your question,
Okay,
Tina,
go ahead. What
what
makes it
makes
stand apart?
us different?
Yeah.
Or actually, in a way, it's not the fact is we are different. We just have done a mix in a way. So you know yourself, we all go to different events all over the world, and it's very much in its ethos of this is men only, this is women's only, this is trans only, this is non-binary, this is
Yes.
queer. It
True.
is all the alphabet within our community.
Mm.
But what we've done is put them into the mix and brought them all together. So I say nicely to people, it's 40, 40, 10, 10. Okay.
Yeah.
40% those who describe themselves as men, those 40% has described themselves as women, 10% definitely who are trans, non-binary, and there's a 10% there, and most of them are the staff who don't give a damn and want to have fun and usually drop the knickers at some point over the weekend. Yay! Or in a way is you would love this is we do in a way care about the different aspects of our community itself, and
Yeah.
so we do provide a safe space during the weekend for those who mightn't overly drink or don't drink at all, those who don't do drugs or anything like that, because we don't, in a way, we do not like that
No.
element
No.
of the community. And I'm very much, I've been running clubs for 30 odd years and events, and that is one thing I will say straight out is that element of the community I just don't like. It isn't me. But within that is we still want to celebrate who we are and what we are. I'll give you this, and this is going to be fun. We do a virgin pool party. Yes, and you don't have to be a virgin to get into the pool.
I was going to say you'd be hard.
Thank God.
You'd be hard pushed to
No.
find one of them.
That is true. But with that is the whole purpose was tongue in cheek was because it's water, it's a pool, so it's an alcohol-free zone.
Sure.
So simple, easy afternoon, and everyone gets into their budgie smugglers to little bikini tops and everything like that. And most of them are the drag queens themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we actually do a show at the pool side of the pool, the full works. And we have inflatables, you name it, the full works.
Brilliant. I
Yeah.
think that sounds delicious.
It definitely does. I mean, you mentioned there about some of the activities. You mentioned there about matchmaking and so on. Obviously, it's well established that not only do I have my work wife, the fabulous Miss Tina Legs, but in real life, I am actually married. So, is the festival just for single people, or is there things to do for couples, groups of friends, etc.? Is tell me what I can do with my husband when we
Whatever you get up to with your husband or your work wife or anything like that is the advantage about it where we are and what we've done. We've taken over the whole complex of the hotel, so therefore the rooms are only down the
The corridor.
Yes. And also on the basis is we've organized hikings. We've this year we have a little mini outing, and we're going to see the Cliffs of Moher,
Oh,
the Alloway Caves, and actually the home of Lisdoonvarna. So on the way, so we're doing a little mini trip,
A little mini
outing
tour.
within. We're doing an outing within an outing, and which is
Wow.
brilliant. We have the Limerick rugby team, the queer team,
You have what?
LGBT rugby team. Yes, Limerick has one, and they come along and give us lessons on how to handle the ball. Know that odd shaped ball and stuff like that, and men in shorts. We first thing in the morning for those who are up and ready for it, we do yoga classes. We do what you call it, a hike, nice 5K hike around the lands of Dromoland Castle.
Wow.
Then also, what you call it, we do workshops, and this year we have a few our performers who are going to be doing discussions around matchmaking in a way, but also understanding the diversity within our relationships, from being bi, being non-binary, be trans, and so forth. So there's workshops in that area. There's also writing workshops for those who are creative and want to do some writing. We also do a lot of board games around the place, so that encourages people to sit about and actually play chess or play
Drafts.
all the drafts. Yeah, that's it. You know yourself. Uh, but most importantly, there's non-stop entertainment like any other. It's like a mini bespoke festival, but
Yeah.
it's all in one campus. And we have 3 stages. So we've one in our dining room, we've one in the bar, and then the main stage itself, which we completely and absolutely take over. And my co-hosts this year are, of course, Victoria's Secret and Paul Ryder this year.
Wow.
Yes.
That is brilliant. You've got an amazing reputation for inclusivity. What's the vibe like for first time attendees?
Very much we believe is from the moment you walk in that door, you're welcome. And that's not even from our own staff and volunteers. It's actually from the staff of the hotel. They love it. They actually think this is an amazing weekend. I was at the Holiday World event in the RDS, and the hotel had a stand up. But what did they have? My banner behind me showcasing the festival. Okay, where
Okay.
else would you get that working with a hotel? Of course, the most, as we all know, and I'm not afraid to say, most hotels they want the pink euro, the pink pound, and pink everything, but they actually don't want the diversity and inclusion behind
No.
it. But whereas I will say the guys at Dromoland Castle and Dromoland Inn are amazing. They completely and absolutely embrace all that to the last.
I do think that a lot of places, as you say, they want the pink pound, they want the dollar, they want the euro, and at the end of the day, but what you can find is it's very important as you as an organizer, as me as an entertainer, as Glenn as a DJ, we pick up straight away when the staff aren't into it.
yeah.
Yep.
And it kind of it gives you an uneven balance where you think, chill out, you
Yep.
know, and what I would say, fuck off. Sorry for the French line. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's okay. Yeah.
But it's like it's that. So I would imagine being 18 and wanting to come to the festival and thinking, okay, maybe they're going and there's groups and there's board games and there's the Virgin pool party. But some places that I'm not saying every place is like this, but when you go somewhere and the staff are like this,
Yep. That is one thing what we have to say is we're lucky, and I give Nico, who is the general manager, he's part of the family in the first place. And I have to say,
that's all you
in
need.
yes, all you need is one, two, three, or four. We probably have about a half a dozen or more who are
Perfect.
part of the family in some way or another. And I think that is crucial going forward for us. Is that most importantly, the moment you walk in that door is when
Hmm.
you feel. But Tina, we take not only that, we take over. We've all been to events that you go in, and the space where the LGBT event is, it's just there, and the rest of the hotel, there's nothing, you can't see anything.
No.
Yeah.
From the moment you walk on the land of Dromoland estate, okay, there are rainbow flags flying.
Everywhere.
Okay, it is the miniest pride celebration. From the moment you go
Fantastic.
up that driveway, the whole way to the hotel, we have a 16-foot inflatable. Are you ready for it? Rainbow. All right.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, I'm going to give you even better. Okay, Eddie went and got a 16-foot plus inflatable. I mean, hands.
What?
And for those who are watching us on our video, yeah. But actually, the hands do that. A love sign, and they're like 18-foot plus, I think, in
Wow.
size and huge. And that is that. But not only that is the hotel is in a way where it's located is on a hill. So from Ennis, in a way, like Shannon Airport is only 10 minutes down the road. Ennis is only 15 minutes and Limerick is only 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to get to, no matter which way you come. And also public transport is brilliant. And this year, for the first time, we've added on each time, but this year we have a complimentary bus from Limerick and Ennis and Shannon to come to a festival at 2 different times. So to encourage people to come and enjoy themselves safely, but most importantly, to go home safely as well, or at least get the bus next day.
I want to ask more about how to get there and get your insights and tips about getting to the festival. But listen, I am bursting. I want to know the exciting lineup for 2025. What can attendees look forward to?
Oh, where do we even start? I actually have to open up my phone because exclusively with yourself from RuPaul UK Drag Race, we have, is it, I'm going to get this wrong, I know, again, Activia.
Activia. Is it?
Activia,
Activia.
Thank you. I'm the dyslexic one. That's why I usually get confused between top and bottom.
Always stay in the middle.
I totally agree with you. And then is Charity?
Hey, yes, Belfast girl herself. Yeah.
Yes, she is coming this year as well. We also have an amazing singer, Shosby. Okay, check him online. And one of his, the reason I got him was only just over 2 years ago. He sang "Small Town Boy." Yes, Small Town
Bronski
Boy.
beat.
Bronski beat.
Bronski beat.
Yes, Jimmy Somerville sang it live on the Late Late Show, and I was in tears listening because to me that song, every word was poignant to myself because
It resonates.
it does because I always remember getting on the train and leaving Dundalk to go to Dublin to fly to London to get away.
Yeah.
And I always remember is ringing my parents 2 months later to ask them to send my birth cert because I needed to get a passport to get home. They didn't even know that I'd gone. That just shows you, Irish families. There's usually a half a dozen or a dozen of them,
Yeah.
so they never miss anyone. And especially being in the middle, I was as my
So
mother
you
said
were-
nicely.
so
She had
you
three
were-
boys
you-
and 3 girls and me.
So you went missing for like 2.5 months. You were like homo alone.
Oh, completely.
Where's Kevin?
Oh, definitely. But most importantly, I had a lot of Trump.
I'm sure you did.
Oh, we did. And of course, we have another young queer artist, Shesby, who's a mixture of pop and country and western. We have an amazing trad band, lesbian band, who are called the Wild Atlantic Gays.
Okay.
I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it. They're amazing. We do have Paul Middleton, who is from UK and Germany, coming over. This is now his 4th year coming to the festival and actually loves it. He, I have to say, but that's for more the bear type individuals out there. So we do cater for every different aspects within our community.
Eddie, every festival needs a few bears.
Oh, I've been told that a few times on that one.
You can't have a festival without a couple of grizzlies.
Oh, we know that. You need to get a little bit of warmthness rubbed across your chest. Yes, that's it. I'll say nothing.
We touched on this earlier on. You've got incredible hosts this year.
Yes.
Paul Ryder
Yes.
and Victoria's Secret.
I know.
Oh. So what do they bring to the event?
Other than bigger costumes than me and more sparkles and more nails.
Yeah.
Because my mother did ask me once, she says, how come you don't do that drag stuff? And I said, I'm politely trying to figure out a word or a phrasing to say to her. And I just said, sorry, Ma, I'm not good at tucking. It did take her a long time to figure that part out.
What?
But fabulousness is Paul Ryder, I have to say straight out. Paul Ryder has been, if I'm correct, since 2016. So we've had over the years, of course, Panty, Brendan Courtney, Alan Hughes, and others who've co-hosted alongside myself. And most important, and then of course, Paul came along one year, performed, and I won't say the name of the host that year. They got slightly too many sherries. Okay, yeah, and we were doing the blind date, and we were doing
Spill the tea. Who was it?
And with that is what you call it? Got too many sherries, and asked the first person. As you know, the ethos of blind date is the picker has to ask the question to the first person, and the same question is asked to all three of them. But of course, the person had with those sherries started answering all three questions individually to each one of them, and we all just stood there going, "Okay, hello." So
I'm raging I wasn't there.
Paul instantly stepped in, took over, and literally did it with flamboyantness as well, and literally told him to go jump and enjoy the rest of the evening and watch the professional do it. And Paul has been my co-host ever since, except for last year. Paul was because Paul is getting really. He's his own radio show.
Yes.
On radio. He's been doing TV slots as well on what you call it, Morning Ireland, on what you call it, Virgin Media here. Of course, you have Victoria's Secret stepped in last year, and we could not have her back again. So Victoria is going to do one night, and Paul's going to do the other night to co-host with me. I will have to say, Victoria, other than the height, everything like that, I feel like I'm 10 years of age and the student watching her because she's amazing. Her ethos is like, it's like me and you over the years, Tina, when we've shared a mic. Believe me, sometimes it's easier just to say hello and goodbye and then you get on with it.
It is. It's so true. That is so true.
Tina, for you yourself, what would you like out of a festival?
I think for me personally, I'm getting to obviously a different stage and an age in my life. And I fair play to the kids, whatever they want to do, however they want to celebrate, however they want to embrace their gayness and their fabulousness, the feathers, all the OTT. I did that. Glenn did that. We all did that. We were super gay.
Yep.
But I think as you get older, you kind of want to leave all that behind. There's a bit of mess that goes with that.
Yes.
You know, in Grand Canaria, this is how I can explain this perfectly. In May, they have their big mad pride. And there was one year I went and I thought, no, this is not for me anymore.
Yeah.
And then we went to Winter Pride and it was a bit more mature, a bit more organized, not as crazy packed, you know. Yep. And I thought, here we are. This is nice. I like this, you know. So the sound of the festival, especially for the likes of myself, or for people who prefer to celebrate whatever it is they want to celebrate. Yes. This isn't just about being gay, remember.
No.
You know, for me, this definitely appeals. You know, so for me, as I move forward, I want to be in this kind of environment when I'm out celebrating, when I'm out working, when I'm with my best friends, when I'm with my work husband, especially, representing, I would say, the north of Ireland. That it's so appealing. I mean, and I think your tastes change as you get older.
Oh,
Mine
completely.
certainly have. I'm
And
still
that's
mad.
including your lovers and everyone else in between.
Well, I wouldn't, I wouldn't go that far, love.
But that is the same thing is uh, sometimes for ourselves as we develop. And that's one thing, as you have already said, is our festival is very much 30 plus,
Yeah.
late 20s, 30 plus onwards.
So
Our eldest person who was with us last year, and believe it or not, was with us about 7 years previous. I don't know what happened in between, but he was 79 years of age.
wow.
Okay. And he arrived back last year and he's in his 80s now. Not a bother on him.
I can
Literally, there you go.
I can guarantee you why that person went back last year. He felt safe.
That is what the ethos of a festival is.
I
Even
think,
as
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
You
know
want to feel
yourselves,
protected. You
yes,
want to
yeah,
feel protected. You want to feel kind of, that you can really relax.
yes,
The staff are
yes,
on side. The organizers are on side. The entertainers are there for you. You pay your money. You walk in and you go, you
yes,
know, does that, what way do you feel about this, Glenn? The same question that Eddie just asked me,
Yeah,
you know.
I completely agree. I think, like, I mean, I've been to a couple of festivals. We do Mighty Hoopla every year. So I've sort of experienced, the festival culture and what have you. I like the idea of what you're doing here, Eddie, particularly. And Tina, yes, I completely acknowledge, like, as we get a bit older, we're looking for an easier day out, shall we say. So everything that you're sort of talking about here, from the panel discussions, just the inclusivity around it, particularly the identity of the festival, but also the drawn in and drawn upon LGBTQIA plus experiences. Like that really appeals to me. And I mean, it's great as well that you've got current acts on there. I'm absolutely delighted that you've got Paul Ryder and Victoria. Did have a look at your schedule, and I can also see that you've got DJ Ruth, who, by the way, is one of the best DJs ever. Like, Tina and I went down to the George. When was it? March last year, wasn't it, Tina?
Yeah, we
That's by
decided
the
to
way.
take the girls on a belated Christmas staff night over out.
Bob.
So we went down to Davina's
Yes.
Thursday. We stayed in the what's it called, Glenn?
Did you go goodies?
Go-Gurties.
Okay.
And
Yes.
when we
Cut
went
that part.
in, we
Well,
had
cut that part out. We stayed at the 5-star resort.
You mean my apartment
yes. So what we did when we went in,
here in the flats?
we went in and we got a room and we all had bunk beds and it was a really long kind of galley style room. And I thought, no. So I went down to reception and Glenn came with me and we pulled a few strings and we got a penthouse.
Oh my God, fabulous.
So the minute we got the penthouse, the atmosphere was here.
Yeah.
And then it was like, girls, we're moving. Well, where we going? We got a penthouse. And we all went crazy. And we went to Davina's show, and it was, wasn't it, Glenn?
Was
Amazing.
Oh,
Amazing.
Davina is amazing, full stop.
Yeah,
She
all the
has
girls, the whole
class.
entire show.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was just
Yeah.
slick.
yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Slick. You know what I mean? And we had such a good time, and it was nice I love that environment, and I love sitting with my gays and my queens and my, do you know what it really is getting to me as I'm getting older, and it's really annoying me. And I love this festival because number one, the name of it is just so ideal. I'm getting fed up with labels and
Yes.
being put into groups.
Yes.
And you're in this group, and you're in that group, and you're in this group, and all we're saying is leave us alone. We're human. So who comes up with all these labels and stuff? I mean, the outing festival isn't necessarily, oh, you're going to walk in somewhere and someone's going to go, you're a big fruit. You're not getting it outed. This is a festival where you come to go
Outed already.
just to
This
come
is
out.
your outing.
That's it. This is your outing for the
Tina,
weekend.
to put it into context, I know down here in the south, when we were younger, my parents would always go, "We're going for an outing."
Ah,
Okay, so in a way, that's where the ethos came. But when we started, is we wanted to out the village in the first place.
Ah,
All right,
okay. Gotcha.
and this is how we kind of massaged the wordings around and had a bit of tongue in cheek and very Irishness, as we keep saying. It's a new twist on an old tradition.
Perfect.
So that is actually taking
Perfect.
those ethos as well. And of course, I will have to say, you haven't asked the question. I have been successful. No, I'm not on about getting my but I'm on about the fact is I have had. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
2 marriages out of the festival. Yes,
Wow. Well,
No
yes. I
way.
was on my way to a tree. Three. Okay, 3 marriages.
I,
Oh well.
Uh,
that's kind of interesting because we did have a question about that further on down the list. So pause it there. I wanna learn more about that, particularly around how you see fostering real connections. But let's just rewind very quickly. So,
yes.
I noticed, based on the information that was available online and just reading through your press release, that it has become a global event. What do you think it is that draws people as far as the US and South America to come the whole way to, permaclouded Ireland, where the sun very rarely shines, to take part in your festival?
Well, first and foremost, most stuff is indoors. Okay. So you're guaranteed to not get wet unless you want to have those type of showers yourself.
Now, do they have the heat?
If you do want to go for a hike, I'm behaving. If you do want to go for a hike, you come with your with all weather gear, the full works. Okay. I will tell you, 1 year in Liston, Varna, we had this weekend, torrential rain and storm, that actually the front door of the hotel had to be barred down so that it literally would not come in. Like, because again, that hotel was on a hill and it came battering in. But inside, there was like 800 plus queers just going, yeah. And people knocking on the door going, let us in, not from the rain, just to have
Just
more fun.
yeah.
And that is something that we've done since then, is, and especially in our new home in Dromoland, has been
Oh
really good and funky because everything is all on one site.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you can go from one to the other and back again.
Let me ask you this, Eddie. Workshops and panels are a big part of the festival.
Yes.
What topics will be covered this year?
We work with Gosh, all right? And Gosh basically deal with around both sexual and mental health issues.
Yeah.
And so we have workshops working alongside them. Plus, also, we're the only festival in Ireland that you go and get tested for everything before you even start your weekend. So you already know that you're clean and ready to dip.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And we have been doing that for going on 12 years. So, and of course, now
Health and safety. Health and
health,
safety is so important.
that is taking health and
Yeah.
safety at a totally
Mhm.
new queerness.
Yeah.
And now all you have to do is get one prick in your finger,
Yeah.
okay, in your finger, and it will tell you if you have it or haven't got it.
Hmm.
Syphilis, gonorrhea, and all those stuff as well. So it's absolutely amazing. That's what we do. And of course, we do provide other things like condoms, lubes, dental dams, you name it, the full works. It's
Well, as
all
they say, if you're going to drive all the way down to Dromoland, clunk, click, cover your.
yeah.
So,
Uh,
yeah.
yes, completely and absolutely. And they're not available just in the loo, they're actually sitting on the bar.
No, there.
Okay. So, yes,
Use them.
use them. That's
Use
it.
them.
Plus,
Yeah.
we always put them in the room as well, in all the rooms. Like, we've a 154 bedroom hotel to fill. This is the
Wow.
whole thing. Do your maths. That's 154 on average, 2 people per room. Okay. And in some rooms, we do have threes, fours, fives, six, and sevens. Beds, I'm on about.
Of course you are.
Of course.
Of course you are.
Yeah. And of course, that allows you, again, is to come with your friends as a group. It's a
Yes.
small little group, and it really does. Because one thing about the hotel is every room has a single and a double bed. All right. So
Okay.
if you get lucky, you can always throw them into the single bed and get a good night's kip afterwards.
Oh, Eddie, let me ask you this. With performances from some of Ireland's top queer talent, who do you have performing, and are there any special guests you might want to tease us with?
We have the likes of Regina George and of yes, and her brother who is Delectress as well. We have a drag queen called Aircom, and for those who watch Gogglebox, okay,
Oh,
yes, there is one Tag who usually sits with for the Irish version. Usually sits with his granny. He is now a drag queen,
Okay.
and he is coming this year for the first time to perform at the Outing Festival, and he only lives down the road. So I'm hoping that his granny's coming up to me this year as well. So Gogglebox on site.
listen, for those traveling in from overseas, what is the best way to get to, to Dromoland?
We are so lucky. Our festival is on the doorstep of Shannon Airport.
Wow.
Okay. Yes. And Shannon Airport connects all the major hubs around the world. But most importantly, it's only 10, 15 minutes spin in a taxi. That's it. Done, dusted. Yes. And you're literally onto the motorway and off the motorway. So it's your on one exit on and one exit off, and that's it. So you have number 10 for Shannon and number 11 for Dromoland. So what
Dromoland.
more
There
do
you
you need? We do have a Carrick on Fergus down here as well. So it's just on that one exit. So you feel right at home, Tina. The little northern one can come in. We Carrick on Fergus.
Eddie, you mentioned there that you had 154 rooms to fill. What kind of ticket options are available this year?
We do. The one thing good about us, people have to realize is not only do you get your bed for the night, you get your breakfast, you get full facilities of a gym, a sauna, what you call a swimming pool, but most importantly, you get, if you're staying for 2 nights or 3 nights, you have either 48 hours or 72 hours of non-stop entertainment, all included. And over the years, we've had the likes of Johnny Logan, Linda Martin, Neve Kavanagh herself has been at our festival because we always have a Eurovision twist each year, and we take and the guys from Eurovision fan club,
Glenn's eyes
Ireland.
just lit up when you said the word
That's it,
Eurovision.
yes. And we have that we take over the bar, completely transforms it into, and we have a big screen in the bar, and we do all the videos and all that flying throughout the. And of course, we have other things like Irish dancing. Okay,
Oh,
Regina George gives a dance class in the afternoon on the Saturday as well. So there's lots of different things for people.
wow. That is incredible. That
Yes,
sounds good.
and again, all including in your tickets. So you can
So,
stay for one night, for 2 nights or 3 nights for the festival.
so
Uh,
it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday.
Everybody goes home on Monday.
So we do, and I always said is we made it comfortable for ourselves. Was Sunday we call it Sunday service, okay? Because
Yeah.
we will say that near 50% of our those going to the festival will head home, all right? Because we're not a bank holiday weekend or anything like that. But those who want to stay on and relax, it's very chilled out on the Sunday. We encourage people to go out for a drive, go around, see what the area is like. There's some amazing scenery around the Shannon Estuary, going to Ennistown or Limerick Castle, everything like that. So you have all those different aspects as well to go and see. But most importantly, I think is the key thing about the festival is at different points you can relax
Okay.
because at different times, if you want time out, we give you spaces within the festival as time out to just sit and relax.
Yeah.
But also is you can go down to your room and just chill. But
Just
most
chill.
important, we always said to people, and we're open about it, is if you're popping off to your room on your own, let someone else know because we always want to make sure that everyone is okay.
Oh, wow.
Now, I do want to just revisit. You started telling us earlier about the stories of some relationships. So it's clear from listening to you talk that the Outing Festival is more than just a party. As you've just said, it's about fostering real connections. So how have you seen it change lives? And I want to know about the two marriages that you already mentioned, but what about friendships, community bonds, that kind of thing?
Very simply, in a way, is we goes back to the ethos of the festival is to give a safe space to be yourself. But most importantly is from minute one when you arrive, we give everyone a sticker. So we use the whole traffic light system.
Works.
All right. It works. It's very simple. And we put a little sticker on. And each of our stickers tend to have a little message on it. Okay. Even from the ones top and bottom and everything like that. And versatile. Okay. Those who, I always love the red ones. What it says is married, but in very small writing says, maybe if you be discreet, that sort of thing. We don't mind. We're very open in that aspect. But most importantly is most of the people who come to the festival over the years, if they don't come every year, they come every other year, if you know what I mean, because it's near enough a thing on the calendar. It's the same way back in the day, we'd all go to the Gran Canaria, or we go, as you say yourself, you go to your festival, Glenn, that you love to go each year. This is a festival that people have now started to come to on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Plus, you get to meet your friends as well, who you normally wouldn't get to meet. And then you have friends from the four corners of Ireland as well, but most importantly, even internationally now come to the festival. People go, how many relationships have you put together? There's been relationships from 1 minute long to those who have decided to get married. You do your maths on that. When you have about 1,000 people over the weekend coming to celebrate who they are and what they are. You never know what happens. But of course, we do things like what we call icebreakers. So we get people into the room and the queens will literally, and you have a list of questions that you can ask someone. And it's a great way. And that's usually about 7 o'clock in the evening.
Mhm.
So you're already earlier on, those who are staying, it instantly breaks it, done, dusted, and it kind of already. And you find, in a way, that people go off in little groups going, hi, this is my friend, this is so and so.
Yeah.
They end up introducing them to their friends,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And especially those who come as groups, or even we'd say you come with your partner and you have a friend who's with you. They go to the icebreakers, and then they come and introduce that person to them. So it's constantly ways of
Constantly
introducing.
bonding,
Yes,
friendships being formed,
formed everything.
familiarities,
Yes,
yeah. I think
that's
that's
it.
lovely. Eddie, looking to the future, where do you see the Outing Festival in the next 5 years?
Whoa! Actually, in the next 3 years, are you ready?
Go.
Officially,
Is
officially,
this an exclusive?
yes. Well, it's been out there, but we're going to really push it now.
Good.
As of a couple of weeks ago, the Outing, Queer Clare, and Limerick Pride jointly have put in a letter of intent to host Euro Pride on the island
Oh,
of
wow.
Ireland in 2028. Belfast have tried to do it. Dublin has tried to do it. We haven't got it to, has never been to the island of Ireland.
Didn't
And
didn't
no,
didn't Yuri win it though?
no. Nuri did UK Pride.
Is that what it was?
No, that's what it was. Yes, that's all, love. But I have to say, it was good. I remember being called in last minute to decorate the stage and everything else like that. But that's another conversation for
That's really
for another day. But most importantly, that is what you call. That was Dublin Pride, and the Outing came to Newry's help because they didn't get the funding that they need, and we actually came up with everything for them, paraphernalia, you name it, full works, and we dressed the stage, we did everything, and then I ended up hosting it and stuff like that. So yeah,
well.
that was fun. No. Like they've had Bewitched, but we had them before at the Outing.
Brilliant.
I can't afford them now; they're too expensive.
Too expensive.
Too expensive. But that is actually something about the festival. Is as you say. So in 2028, this is what we're going to try and do: is rally the whole of the country to support us to going forward to bid for Euro Pride in 2028.
Wow.
So that's what we're building up over the next
Good.
3 years anyway. And then the legacy of the festival is hopefully that we would create some form of a grant or a pot of not only of money but also additional support for all
Yeah.
the smaller prides, not the big ones. They can do it themselves. They're brilliant at what they do. I've managed Dublin Pride. I've walked in every other pride in Ireland, on the island of Ireland. But most importantly, for me, my heart is always with the smaller prides around Ireland, is to give them the help to showcase who they are and what they are.
To help them get up that ladder.
Yes,
Yes.
that's it.
Get up
That's
that ladder.
it. From the
Yeah.
smallest ones in Tipperary that I did, what do you call it? And there was only 20 of us walking down the street only a couple of years ago. Still, yes. To the massive one last year turned up, and I saw yourselves and everyone else is at Belfast Pride. My love for Belfast Pride has always been there from the early days when we used to, was it Custom House Square? Yeah, yeah, we used to gather there and literally go for a quick, and I would always say quick mints up and around and back again. And that we counted it 1 year, 17 minutes it took us.
That was it. That was it. It
Yes.
was literally up Royal Avenue, around Custom Square. It was it, and that was it.
That was it. That was it, Tina. Like, we remember that, and the amount of abuse, both physical, verbal, everything that we used to get, especially in the early 90s onwards. Do you know what I mean? That was scary. Because
That's another podcast.
yes, it is indeed. History in itself.
So, for someone who has never attended, why should they book their ticket today?
I think is what we are trying to do is give you a safe space to be yourself. Also, not to expect the big rush and hassle that we all see at prides and other big festivals around. We are very much Irishness at its best, but also the ethos is you were near enough ready to give you a hug when you need one.
Yeah.
And in a way, the festival is one big hug when we need it. So therefore, you can come and enjoy it, but also at the same time sit at the back of the room. Because if you ever see our main stage and room, they're all low sitting chairs, recliners, everything. It's so relaxed, so chill, and we've table service and everything else to go with it. So it's all there for you. But what you do is what you put in, you will get out, and probably 10 times more out of the festival itself.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Well, Eddie, it's been amazing hearing all about the Outing Festival. What an incredible event you and the team have created. But before we let you go, where can our listeners grab these tickets?
We're very simply on theoutingfestival.com or theouting.ie, one or the other, or even just find us on our social media channels, The Outing Festival, The Outing LGBT. So if you want to know what it's all about, check us out on YouTube. Of course, we're on TikTok and all the other social media channels. We are avoiding that one called X. But most importantly is we're there to be contacted. So don't be afraid to ask that simple question. But as you know yourself, Tina, the experience is coming and experience it and being there and being part of the journey that we are. 12 years on and we're still going. Sometimes I didn't think we were going to, but that's what it's all about. And I can't thank my team behind me because you've already said she's amazing. DJ Root. DJ Root is our chair of our organization because we like diversity within who we are and what we are.
Well, there you've heard it. So if you're looking for love, friendship, or just an unforgettable weekend, it does sound like the Outing Festival is the place to be. Thank you so much for joining us, Eddie. We really appreciate your time. Don't forget, the Outing Festival is on in February the 14th until February the 16th. It's a weekend event, and it will happen every year around Valentine's weekend as well.
And to all our fabulous listeners, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode. And if you enjoyed it, leave us a review. Your reviews help others discover the podcast and keep the conversation going. Plus, you can now support us on Patreon with membership tiers starting from free. Sign up today for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes fun. Until next time, keep sipping and giggling. Chin chin.
Cheers!
Chin chin.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of G&T Sips and Giggles. If you've enjoyed our conversation, then don't forget to share it with your friends, and why not subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Your reviews mean the world to us and really help others find the show, so please take a moment to leave one, but be kind. If you'd like to support the podcast, why not consider joining us on Patreon? For the cost of a drink a month, you can listen to episodes early, access exclusive digital content, and get discounts to upcoming G&T shows. Your support helps us keep the conversation flowing. Cheers! We'll see you next time. Chin chin!